Hello, I'm William James. I'm the host of The Bald Book Geek. This video is brought to you by Mountaineer Brand. All of their links for their bald-headed care, shaving stuff, beard oils and everything else is down below. If you want a discount code and you want money off your first order, do check them out. Now, let's start with the wrap-up slash haul slash whatever this video is going to be. So this is every book that I have read, barring one because I cannot talk about it, but I will mention the book. First things first, as I make sure we're still recording, J. Kristoff, Empire of the Vampire. Great adult fantasy. This is a phenomenal book. It's one of my, I think it's my best fantasy book I've read this year, and I've read a lot of fantasy. I adore this. It's up there. It's dark, it's bleak, it's bloody. It's a beautiful edition. I mean, seriously. But I have a call out for the publisher. If you are going to put a hardback out, hardback and paperbacks are made differently. This is a paperback. It's not mounted on fabric and will have a shelf life. Also, another note to publishers, if you are going to put beautiful artwork and illustrations within a book, and this is something that really bugs me, put it on decent paper, not paperback paper. This is a cheap hardback. This is my rant. The book is great itself. This is a really poor quality, cheap hardback, and I'm actually kind of shocked that this will be worth a lot of money soon. So, rant time over. Another book. This is the book I cannot talk about. The writer sent me this as an e-copy originally, and then he sent me a signed copy with a t-shirt and some bits as a thank you. There's an unboxing of this. I cannot talk about this book. I have a review of this book coming up after the release date. Keep an eye out for the review of the 7th Cadence. So Titan sent me From the Neck Up. I love Titan. They usually get me pretty well. This is a series of short stories. This is absolutely fantastic. I love short story compilations, especially ones like this where it's quite moody and dark. Do check this one out. This is a good read, and like I said, when it comes to short stories, especially if they're by the same people, is that you end up with something in there for everyone. You might not like one, but you might like the other. So I always say that you have to judge each one individually, and this is a great read. Yeah, there were like 2 in here that I didn't connect with as well, but the rest I found really good. So short story compilations are a great way to go. Why am I saying compilations? I'm oddly hyper today, so hi. The Art of Space Travel. Another short science fiction short story compilation. I talked about this one briefly in another video, but I want to give it another mention. Thank you, Titan, again. This is a phenomenal collection. Again, short stories. There is something in here for everyone. There are a couple that didn't work for me, but there are loads that did. So short story compilations are a great way of going and a great way of just creating and doing stuff like this. I also want to add that the writing in this is really good, so even if it's not great, it's well written. Anyone want a sequel to a classic H.G. Wells novel? Yeah, this one was a mixed bag for me. I do love it, but the writing isn't on the level of H.G. Wells. Like, this is a great story, well written, really interesting, but the writing just isn't on that level. It's missing that H.G. Wells magic, and which is a shame. But other than that nitpick, this is a really good read, really enjoyable, and just overall fantastic book. A friend of mine is an indie writer, and you can buy his work on Amazon, and he sent me review copies and final copies of his work. Now, I have read all of these at this point. They are fantastic. You need to check him out. So just look, if you want science fiction, check him out. And also, if anyone knows how to get his work onto other platforms, try and contact this guy. He's not on Twitter at the moment, but I will recommend looking for him. But they're well written, great science fiction, and obviously a labour of love. I'm slightly obsessed with this cover, by the way. That's quite nightmarish, isn't it? So that's always good to see. And The Lake House. And To the Lake. This is a Russian novel. It's currently a Netflix series. I talked about this briefly in another one, and there's an unboxing on here. It came with a toothbrush, and now I understand the toothbrush. This is a well-written, quite brutal pandemic piece of fiction that's just absolutely stunning, and just really paints this brilliant picture of a Russia in an apocalypse, basically. It's brilliantly done. So, yeah, they're the books that I've been reading, and there's probably a lot more on this list. I won't put that one on there, because there's so many that I've read lately that I don't know what I'm doing with half of them. But tell me what you think in the comments below, and tell me, I have a question for anyone who gets to the end of this video. What is your favourite book of the last 4 weeks? Tell me in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later.